before I do anything else, I should have did this earlier, but let me go ahead and do it now. That shouldn't take too long. Apparently in this game, you have lobbies and then you have rooms, what Arc Systems calls rooms, which is essentially like a smaller lobby. You have the other lobbies that hold up to 64 players, which I assume is for tournaments, and for these smaller rooms it's like up to 8. So but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Activity and such. Let me change all that. That's alright. Match limit. That's fine. Rematch. No limit. Okay. And for some reason, apparently my save file in this game got corrupted, so therefore the room that I created and the stuff I unlocked to put inside this room is now lost. So that sucks. But let me go ahead and go into my Twitter and tweet it out.
Select your character.
Alright, hold up. Oops. I didn't want to pick Ragna. Ah, that was so dumb of me. I pressed the wrong keys. Alright, hold on. Take that off. Oh man, this is annoying. Oops. I keep alt tapping out for some reason.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
I forgot how to play this guy. I normally don't play him. There we go. Anyways, I'm sorry, man. I didn't even do the usual introduction I do. How do you do the Dragon Punch? Hold on. whatever, I don't play this character. Hold on. I made a room. Oh.
青の魔導書。ダメ。これだけでは彼を救えない。やはり彼女をどうにかしなければ。
What? Okay, well, whatever. Anyways. Alright, let me start over. Alright, okay, I'm back, and yeah, this is just gonna be a stream of me playing this game. I completely forgot to send out that tweet, but it's all good now. And I wanted to play Hibiki instead of Ragna. That was my fault. I'm literally just picked him up. Like, this is my second day playing as him. And not even against someone else. This is my first time playing against someone. So. Oh. Okay. I'm playing on keyboard, or I'm learning to play on keyboard. I normally play on gamepad. Not to make excuses, but this is all a learning experience for me. It's tough, man, because like I've not played fighting games in a good long while. Here I am trying to do it now while trying to learn to play on keyboard, and on top of that playing a character I've never played before. Just a lot of overwhelming stuff, but it's all good.
Rebel 2, action!
Yeah, I got DPs too. Oh man. It does surprise me though that there are people coming into my quote unquote room, which is just a little smaller lobby, and playing with me.
Rebel 1, action!
That's exactly what I wanted to do to him.
Rebel 2, action! Rebel 3, action!
Oh man. Yeah, just don't come in here expecting much. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing. It's not like I haven't played a BlazBlue game before or fighting game before. Again, it's just all these unknown variables. The new character, playing on a completely different control scheme. It's just all new. I missed the input.
Rebel 2, action!
That completely missed. I gotta tell you though, the rollback netcode feels really good. Man, it just... I cannot tell you how much worse it felt playing against people online in this game when it wasn't around. I played like literally 2, maybe 3 ranked matches, and that was it. After that, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. What? Oops. Yeah, he's got that same problem Ozma does with his drive. My bad, I thought he was actually gonna finish me. I didn't think I could just get up.
Rebel 2. Action.
Missing inputs, or put the wrong inputs in. So if you're not aware of what rollback netcode does, what it essentially does is it allows the gameplay for online matches anyways. This doesn't happen in offline, of course. It allows the gameplay to be seamless despite any lag that happens, except of course for disconnections. Oops. I was actually expecting him to chase me, that's why I keep rolling forwards. Okay, we canceled that. Whoops. I canceled that, I canceled the drive.
Rebel 2. Action.
Oops. That's an overhead. Obviously, this guy knows more than I do about the character I'm playing, but going back to what I was saying about rollback netcode, even if the fighting game is really, the gameplay and the players therefore heavily rely on the frame rate being consistent at 68 frames per second, but that gets affected by lag, right? So a few frames might drop due to lag. Yeah, like I said, he knows this character more than I do, because I'm trying to do a counterattack, or a parry, but it just, he keeps seeing it coming, so.
Rebel 2. Action.
But if the lag causes the players to, ooh, nice. Oops. Oops. Anyways, gonna finish me off.
申し訳ありません。
If any of the players are lagging and the gameplay slows down by a few frames, going from 60 to... Whoops. Apparently he doesn't want to play anymore. Did I do that by accident? No. I think he didn't want to play with me anymore. But, well, apparently the other guy wants to play against me. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I keep forgetting what I'm saying because I'm having to multitask, but essentially if the frames go down from 60 to 56, 54, 50, whatever, right, however many frames due to lag, rollback netcode will add a few frames. Maybe not add is the right word for it, but it'll essentially compensate for those decreases in the frame rate, and therefore the game will still feel, not necessarily be, but feel like it's still at 60 FPS. I'm just gonna assume that a lot of players who come into my room and play against me are gonna get bored of essentially dominating me. But anyways, yeah, anyone's welcome right now. I don't have any like set rules or anything except just have a stable internet connection. You don't have to have Silicon Valley levels of good internet speed, but you definitely need at least a stable internet connection. That's one of the things I hated about playing Skullgirls online, was that some people were playing, I'm assuming they were playing on Wi-Fi, because that game has rollback netcode as well, but I was still experiencing a lot of some serious frame drops, some disconnects, and overall just an unpleasant experience due to people just not having a stable internet connection. Again, slow internet connection doesn't really matter all that much because, again, rollback netcode compensates for that. What it can't compensate is an unstable internet connection. If one of the players desyncs from the online match, there's nothing that the game can do other than wait until the player resyncs, reconnects, or just ends the match abruptly, and you know, that's it. Is this guy gonna play or what? I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if I should kick him or not, because he's just not doing anything. Well, I did say anyone is welcome, so I guess that would be not cash money of me to do that. But yeah, I wanted to make this a regular thing. Just play some sort of fighting game on every Saturday, on Saturdays. Again, I don't know how long this is gonna last each stream anyways. I guess until I get tired or I get bored. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame people for not sticking around because, one, I'm a nobody, and two, I did have a lot of good, a really nicely designed thematic room with a bunch of items for people to look at, but again, because the game save corrupted, and for some reason that deleted all the items that I unlocked through the gacha system, now I essentially have nothing. So that's unfortunate. And to be honest, I'm not even sure how the game got corrupted in the first place. It might just be a Windows thing, operating system thing. Again, I'm not sure why this guy is in this room if he's just gonna not do anything. I have chat on, like, you know, it's not like people can't talk to me or anybody else. But right now, like, he's not even doing that, so I don't know. I don't know what to think. Is it even possible to kick someone? Hold on. Yeah, I still have no idea what's going on. Maybe there's just something weird going on. Maybe I should just pass. Hold on. How do I pass? Hi. Yeah, don't bother, dude. He's not gonna play against you or anyone else, apparently. Yeah, it's cool to see that people are willing to, you know, stop by. I don't expect anyone to stick around, but, you know. That's so weird. I can't kick people out. You can do that in Skullgirls. Guess we're playing. I don't know, man.
Select your character.
I'll have to learn that later.
BBT Kohaku.
I posted on Twitter earlier this month or last month, but some time ago, that I used to be a Hazama main, and I used to play Terumi as well as my secondary, but I don't know, man. Like, they progressively... No, Terumi has gotten better. He was really bad in Blaze Blue's Chrono Phantasma, but...
Action. Rebel 2. Action.
The inputs... I'm not throwing out the inputs fast enough. But yeah, Terumi's gotten a lot better. They gave him some much needed moves that he did not have in the last title. Asuma's gotten slightly better as well, but I mean, for the most part though, he's still relatively the same as he was in continuum shift when he was first debuted. No idea why a lot of people like to play as this dude. Like, Rags is not a bad character, but at the same time, though, I never understood the appeal of him. Other than that, he's pretty easy to play. Oops. I'm forgetting the controls again. Okay, I'm just pressing whatever now.
Rebel 2, action! Rebel 3, action!
Well, there's that. My first win. I hope he doesn't like rage quit or something. That's alright, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll take that. Hey, I mean, at least I might learn something from him if he plays the same character I'm playing.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action! Rebel 2, action!
Oops. I'm just mashing. Apparently he doesn't know how to play this guy either.
Rebel 3, action!
I'm trying to do the super, but it's not coming out. Well, he doesn't know the character either, but at least he can put the he can actually do the inputs more consistently.
Select your character. Hibiki Kohaku, Naoto Kurogane.
Naruto is apparently a really difficult technical character to play as, but even before I knew that, I still like the character's design. And just his overall theme. So, I have a lot of respect for people who play this guy.
The wheel of
Even more now that I know
Rebel
he's a
1,
difficult character to play as.
action!
And I'm trying to throw out a super as well, but it's just not coming out.
Rebel 2, action!
What? That's, oh, right, he's got a parry. Forgot about that. Apparently could just fade through attacks as well. Oh, nice. I can beat out his counter. What? Still can't throw it out, man. Yeah, playing with only... Well... Let's just put it this way, playing with WASD as the roommate controls is not very intuitive.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action!
Okay.
Rebel 2. Action.
Yeah, and I learned that you can just hold all 4 inputs to throw out the attack immediately.
Action.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button, apparently. Not bad, not bad for... I'm starting to get the special moves anyways memorized. His normals as well are getting a little bit more familiar, but it's a matter of taking advantage of all those
The wheel of fate is
factors,
Rebel
but
1.
corner carry and stuff like that. That's what really matters. Nice. Oops.
Rebel 2. Action.
I might pick up Naoto as well because he just looks really fun to play as.
Please select your character. BBP Kohaku. Bang Shishigami.
I haven't played against Bang in years. Apparently it was pretty bad for a long time in this title until the patch was released, or one of the patches. I tried learning Bang back in CP, but he was just not for me. Oops. Apparently that just ignores the DP because it came out. I'm not gonna lie, my finger's just trying to get tired. This is just asking for carpal tunnel syndrome to be developed. By the way, I will be not going to BJJ classes for a good long while, just because of viral events. So for a whole month of March and April, I'll probably be devoting more time to my content and whatever other projects I began. Oops.
Rebel 2, action!
See, it just ignores the Dragon Punch, like, I think it's just because I don't have invincibility when I do that. Whoops. Apparently I can just smash through those, though. Those projectiles. I don't remember that being a thing. But things change over time, like... I find it funny that Hibiki is like a natural ninja and Bang is whatever he is. Oops. Keep forgetting not to mash. Yeah, you can knock that out of the air. Again, I don't remember that being a thing. Okay, now I throw it out. Okay, I guess he just assumed I was gonna get near him. I may not know how to play this character, but I at least am familiar with these older ones.
Rebel 2, action!
Almost at the 1 hour mark. I might play a few more matches with them and then take a break, or just end the stream, one of the two. I know I hate this character, Amane, just because of the insane amount of chip damage he has, or he deals anyways. There's honestly no point in blocking against him, just because he can literally kill you faster if you're blocking against him.
Action!
Oops. But honestly, he might just be a better version of Hazama. I haven't played against him in a long time, so my opinion may change, but I remember having a really hard time fighting against him as Hazama and CP. I don't know, I must have grabbed him. Like, I remember some of the combos I did, but I keep inputting the wrong key, and therefore a different attack comes out. Oh, okay, he did that full screen when I did that, so. That super where Hibiki throws out his swords, it doesn't reach all the way across the screen, but it covers a very large distance. I feel like that wouldn't matter anyways, because I'm not sure, because some projectiles clash with each other.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action!
Oh, I got him. Nice. He threw out an attack that made Amane move just slightly forward enough for me to grab him with that, or catch him with that. Oops. Yeah, got him again. Nice. One more match, and I think I'll call it done.
Please select your character. BBP Kohaku.
And if you're wondering why I want to quit at the 1 hour mark, it's just because my fingers are starting to get really tired. I normally don't type this fast, even when I'm doing like papers and such. College papers, I should say.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action. Rebel 2. Action.
Nirvana was literally in the way, so I couldn't grab them. Anyways. Alright, good games. Good games. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah. Actually, oh no. Let's, bye-bye. Okay. That was fun. That was fun. I like that a lot. Obviously, I've got a lot of stuff to relearn and new things to learn. but that was fun overall. I mean, I was trying to get the hang of the strategy behind Hibiki. When to use his drive, when not to. When I mentioned that he's got about the same drive as Hazama, what I meant by that was what Hazama and Hibiki's drives do, allow them to do, is move from one place to another, at the same time attack from a distance, right? So for Hibiki, it's his clone, and for Hazama, it's his chains, the serpent's head on his chains. And the problem with using their drives is you have to stand completely still, or if you're in the air, you're motionless, right? You have to sit in one position in the air. You're not moving at all while you're throwing it out, and that's a problem in pretty much any, what they call it, anime fighting game. I'm just gonna call it that. Your Blaze Blues, your Guilty Gears, not just the stuff made by Arc Systems, there's also Under Night, In-Birth, and so on. But essentially, if you're not constantly moving, then there's a good chance that you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit by something. A projectile, some giant hitbox from some giant attack that you can't really do anything about because, again, you're not moving. You can't block because you're attacking, right? So you just gotta eat it and wait until you're able to recover. Other characters have a similar problem with their drives, but with Hazama and Hibiki's anyways, I find it really troubling when playing against other characters that like to run up towards the opponent. So your Naotos, your Ragnas, your Bullets, whatever character that just has to get in close to do damage. Now if you're going against a zoner or playing against a character that for some reason the player likes to throw out their projectiles a lot or their long range attacks, like as you saw with Amane, then it's not a big deal, because then you're playing against someone who has to stand still while throwing out their own drive or projectile attack, whatever. And then it just becomes a matter of who has better aim and timing. But otherwise though, Hibiki isn't that different from Hazama in that respect, but he is different in many other regards. Hazama has some serious weaknesses where his inability to throw out an invincible attack like Ragna's Dragon Punch is really troublesome because he has no way to get in besides throwing out his chains. But not only is he vulnerable when he throws out his chains, because he's of course not moving, but also his chains won't stun the opponent unless they're at least a good distance away from him. And again, that's a problem because even if the chains land on the opponent, it's not going to allow the Hazama player to get in safely. I find that with Hibiki, that's not really a problem though, because regardless of how far away the opponent is, if you throw out his drive and you press forward while throwing it out and the hit lands, then you can convert it into his other normals and thus get something out of that a little more safely. But anyways, I could go on later on as time goes by, the differences between Hazama and a lot of other characters, and the strengths and weaknesses of that character. I don't claim to be a pro player of this game, and I definitely don't claim to be a Hazama know-it-all, but I play the character enough to know all this stuff, even after all these years, even after all this time that I spent not playing the game. Any Blaze Blue title, for that matter. But again, though, it's not to say Hazama's a bad character. He's pretty good against zoners. Hibiki also feels that way as well, just because of the nature of their moves and their drives. It's just that against other rushdown characters, that's where it becomes problematic. More so for Hazama than for Hibiki. Hibiki doesn't have the same weaknesses as Hazama does. Hibiki has a DP. Again, I don't think it's got invincibility frames on it, so every time you throw it out, there's a good chance you'll just get hit by something. That's what happened every time I tried DPing against Ragna, right, when he DP'd. We both hit each other, but technically speaking, Ragna would have just ignored Hibiki's DP. Just because he's got invincibility on his DP. But anyways. Anything else I want to say before I guess I should put this on. Hold on. Anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, if you're ever wanting to learn to play any fighting game for that matter using a keyboard, just know that you're gonna get carpal tunnel syndrome really fast. At first. It's the same issue people have, or I had anyways, when learning to type fast anyways, for college papers and other documents. Your wrists especially are not used to your fingers moving that fast, and this like jabbing motion you're making with your fingers at like tens of at least like 50 times a second for each finger. It starts to mess up your hands, the tendons anyways in your hands. You start to get tendonitis in your wrists. But anyways, stick to gamepad if you're comfortable with that. Me, I like playing keyboard just because since I play on PC, it just feels a lot more natural. On top of that, if I ever do want to play with stick, playing on a keyboard is a lot closer to playing on a stick than a gamepad is. And it'll just transition over a little bit better as far as the dexterity goes when learning a stick. But yeah, if you're wondering why I've suddenly wanted to play fighting games or make content playing fighting games, it's nothing new to me. I played fighting games for a really long time, not competitively, mind you, only casually, since the 2000s, let's put it that way. And I didn't actually start playing with other people until around the time I went to college, around 2014, 2015. So I just played mostly against the computer characters and such. I mean, back in the 2000s, you didn't really have the option to play online. At least not with like rollback netcode and such nowadays. And even then, like, fighting games on PC, as far as I know, wasn't a thing either. So there's that. But yeah, I played with some of the other students on campus during the mid 2010s, and even then it was just casually. I was offered a ride to a local tournament. I forgot which game it was. It was probably Street Fighter 5 or something, because that's pretty much all people care about. Or Smash Melee. Those were really the only two games. Well, okay, that's not true. Smash Melee and Smash in general was like the fighting game that got played the most on campus. So it must have been that. But anyways, I was offered to go to that tournament and at least try to compete or watch, spectate, but I remember just turning it down. What made me stop playing was not only the fact that I had to focus on my classes, right? So I had to give up. I pretty much had to give up gaming completely. It wasn't just competitive gaming or fighting games. But even when I played it with some of the other students as the years went on, I realized that it sucks to play competitively with people you want to hang out with, because it's hard not to get salty when doing anything competitive. It's not just fighting games, it's anything competitive. I was really salty during my first few classes in BJJ, so there's that. But yeah, losing is not a fun feeling to have. And it just sucks to lose, right? And I realized that no one else was having as much fun as I was, because not only were they losing, but I'll admit I was kind of doing what these other guys were doing that I was just playing against just now, where basically I was just trashing them or dominating them and they couldn't do anything. It got to the point where one of the guys I was hanging out with literally stopped looking at the TV and kept mashing the one of the buttons on his gamepad over and over again until the match ended. One of the matches ended. And at that point I was like, you know what? Maybe I ought to stop playing this. Not just the fighting game we're playing, but just competitive gaming altogether. So I focus more on cooperative games. Games like Portal 2, hold on, there's others. I just can't remember them right now. But essentially, I focus not only on playing cooperative games, but just single player games in general, or just games that didn't involve any competitive aspect to it. And you'd be surprised how much more friendlier people can get when you're gaming with them while playing those games. So that, and it also helps to not get salty. Nobody likes it when someone gets really like mad and rage quits, or just talks trash. So it makes good publicity, right? It makes good content, but it's not fun to hang around people like that. And unfortunately, I was that kind of person for a short while. And yeah, I just had to stop. Anything else? What do you say? But yeah, I've always wanted to be a competitive player, a pro gamer even, but I've tried different games or genres of games, and also just different games within those genres. I tried MOBAs, I tried League, I tried this game, and Dead or Alive. Tried Smash, both the Smash on Wii U and Smash Melee. And I tried CSGO, I tried TF2 is not really a competitive game, at least it's not treated as one by the community, but I tried playing TF2 as well. The reason why I quit TFT was just because of all the bots and cheaters on that game. Even on the casual matches, like, it just made no sense to play that game. If people were just gonna cheat, even on the casual matches, it just made no sense to play that. Not that TF2 is a bad game, it's just that it's got a lot of problems right now. Anyways, but I've noticed the one thing I don't like about a lot of those other games is that, and that's the team-based aspect of those games. Regardless if it's a team-based shooter, a team-based MOBA, what have you, I just don't like relying on other people to win the game. It's just not, it doesn't feel natural to me. Doing this right now, playing a fighting game, a one-on-one game, is a lot more natural. It's a lot more realistic in that sense. Don't get me wrong, you got your ball game sports and team-based sports, like American football, what else? Baseball, basketball, and so on. But the sports I've always been interested in are the ones that only involve two people, right? One pitted against the other. So that's tennis, that's golf, that's wrestling, boxing, what have you. And that's why I train BJJ, because, you know, I just like the one-on-one aspect of it. And it's just you against another guy, wrestling it out. Grappling, I should say. Yeah, and fighting games just feel pretty good. It just feels natural. Don't have to worry about letting someone else down, sandbagging them, getting called trash or garbage just because you're barely learning the game. You're new to the genre or whatever. And there's no stress of having to play through a 30-minute match only to lose towards the end. That's not a good feeling. And then grinding it out over and over again, I just don't know how these other MOBA streamers do it. Anyways, but yeah, fighting games have always been a thing for me. I just never got a chance to actually play against other people like this until, of course, now. I tried to do it for Skullgirls last year, or it was either, no, I think it was back in 2019. I was wanting to learn Skullgirls and get competitive through that, but the 3-on-3 aspect just wasn't very appealing to me. I played Marvel vs. Capcom 3 before, so it's not unfamiliar to me, but it was just kind of annoying to have to micromanage 3 different characters and have to essentially deal with 3 other characters from, you know, on the opponent's team, and it's hard enough to learn 1 character, but having to learn 3 at the same time. And again, I was also learning to play with keyboard back then as well. It was just too much. It really was. Not only that though, but for some reason people just don't have good internet in Skullgirls. I don't know why. It's got a good rollback netcode, so when you do play against someone that has a stable internet connection, it feels really good, just like it does here in this game. I still won't really forgive Arc System Works. Not forgive, but that's not the right word. It's more like I'm still disappointed in Arc System Works for not implementing rollback netcode on release of this game. Because this game, Central Fiction, was released, I think, in 2015. Last time I checked. So it's been, and even if it was released, I remember it was at least 5 years ago that this game title was released. And it did not have rollback netcode until, I kid you not, December last year. How sad is that, that you pretty much cannot play a game like this in 2019, right, and throughout most of 2020, 5 years after the game was released, online, with that kind of quality that rollback netcode has. Because it just didn't exist back then. How sad is that? Especially when there are these other fighting games like your Killer Instinct, your Mortal Kombat 11, I think, was released during that time as well. It's either Mortal Kombat 10 or 11. Your Skullgirls, of course. And even, I think, that unfinished Pony game, them fighting herds, was in, I think it's still in beta testing, or it hasn't been released yet. Or finished, I should say. But even then, it still I think it still has rollback netcode, and that game's not even finished. Like, how sad is that? Anyways, I'm not going to get into that right now, but pretty much, like, I did want to get back to fighting games back in 2019, but the lack of rollback netcode and the fact that if I wanted to play a one-on-one fighting game instead of a 3-on-3, like, again, MVC3 and Skullgirls, I would have to pick something like Killer Instinct, which I do not own right now, or back then for that matter. I would have to get a game like Killer Instinct in order to get that kind of experience. Why is it just? It's just kind of sad, really, but whatever. Whatever. Just like when I was an art student, and classes got in the way of me playing just gaming in general, so too did grad school. From 2019 to the end of 2020, that's when I was in grad school, and therefore couldn't really play consistently. Not just fighting games, but just gaming in general. I mean, I had a little more leeway when it came to gaming and streaming and all that, but towards the end of each semester, it was always that time. It was always that point where I had to stop and focus on getting exams and final projects done. But I don't have to do all that now, thankfully. However, once April comes, I will be entering that teacher certification program, so I'm expecting it to not be able to do this consistently, hence why I just want to do it only on Saturdays. But we'll see. At least for next month, besides me moving to another place, there's nothing really stopping me from being able to have this kind of content, so which is good. But yeah, I don't know if I'll keep the title of these streams as Saturday Smackdown, but for now it seems appropriate. I have a lot of coworkers that watch WWE, and you know, they watched Smackdown and Raw, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I ought to just use that right to label these streams, since I want to do on Saturdays for some reason. I don't know why. Other than the alliteration. It fits. I just hope that I won't get in trouble for it. Like, oh, you can't use this because we have this title trademarked for something else. And it's like, what? Anyways. Alright, I've rambled on for a good 30 minutes now. So, I think I'm going to end the stream. My throat's starting to get tired as well. But, yeah, I look forward to doing this again. Yeah, I don't know how consistently I'll be able to do this every week, but I will try to make this a thing. So, yeah. Until next time, peace.